Good morning and welcome to A1 Vacuum and Sewing's live stream for Tuesday, April 18th. It was a little bit shocking to walk downstairs this morning and see 3 inches of
Or how
snow.
about walking outside at 3 a.m. and seeing snow? That's when I saw it.
So the
Poppy's trying to kill us.
Poppy's in her teenager stage.
Poppy is getting worse by the day. We're getting rid of her.
So
I'm just
I
kidding.
actually had a
I'm just
conversation with the trainer, with the breeder. I had called about an issue we were having with Poppy, and the breeder was like, "Yeah, I just got off the phone with like one of the other owners of Poppy's puppy mates," and I was like, "Oh, how is she?" And she's like, "She thinks her puppy's deaf." And then she goes, "But the puppy's not deaf. The puppy's just flying the middle finger right back at her." And that's a little bit what we're dealing with Poppy. Poppy is in her teenage years.
Yeah, I was in the kitchen and Patrick, will you clean this? I was in the kitchen and I was like doing the dishes or something, and all of a sudden I heard it sounded like something was pelting the window. So I turn and all I can see is dirt just flying and hitting the sliding glass door. So I run over to the door I don't know. And Poppy was in the planter, and I guess she was preparing for us to plant. She was just digging, and it was just flying out all over the patio.
Yeah, all 4 legs in the planter that she was eviscerating.
Yeah. And somebody's going to get, I had a special, we're box connoisseurs around here because, we reuse our boxes. And I was saving one because I was like, that box is so perfect. And this morning I hear Patrick go, "Oh no!" And he comes, I thought it was going to be worse. But it was just the box, and she had like eaten, just chewed apart like little. She's in the stage. She's in the stage. The other thing is she's been getting up in the middle of the night. And so she got up at 3, and Patrick's like, "Don't move. Just ignore her."
Well, because this is what Jeannie does. Like, if I'm going to get up, I just go, I'm getting up. I get up very quietly. I grab the dog. I go downstairs, very quietly go outside, and very quietly come back inside. Jeannie's like, "Puppy, lay down."
Like,
"Poppy, no." "Poppy, don't," which is, you might as well just wake me up and go, "Patrick, go downstairs."
I know she woke you up anyways because she's banging on the door.
So, and then she's
like, boom, boom,
and then
boom.
she's like, "Okay, I'm going to get up now."
And Patrick's, "Don't move. Just ignore her." So we ignored her. She got up probably she went back to bed, but she got up an hour later. And that's when I was like, "Oh, it snowed." And she had to go to the bathroom. So
Poppy's too
complain.
distracted to go at night, or you take her outside and she just lays down. She's like, "I love laying in the grass."
She bangs and then she goes out and lays down, and you're like, you are the worst is when she does it in the middle of the night. And you get up at 3 a.m., take her outside, and she just goes in the middle of the grass and lays down. You want to throttle her, but you don't because she's cute.
That waits until tomorrow. I was thinking of the ways in which our customers are like puppies.
Patrick, what do you mean?
So, back in the day, so this is the other thing that's going on with Poppy right now is, so Poppy, about 2 weeks ago, the weather got nice. And so we started taking Poppy out. Poppy's started her off-lead training and off-lead experience. And quite frankly, the first couple of days, Poppy was exhausted. And it's funny because she goes out with a much bigger, very athletic dog who's used to really long walks, although he was getting pretty chunky over the winter with them being kind of locked in. But like they're getting 4-mile walks, but like I'm walking 4 miles. They're walking like 7 or 8 because they just run up, run back, run up, run back. And they're running the whole time. So the first couple of days, Poppy was tired. Now, like, you go walk 4 miles. And yesterday I walked like really far. Like I walked like
because he was trying to tire them out for the sew-along. So they would come out back and sleep, which
they ran
didn't happen.
so hard. They were like fully in. I let them in those pools, like the ponds, the ones where the water's running, and they were swimming because those ponds are really deep.
What ponds?
Like on the walk near the water towers, there are those 2 ponds, like where the water comes in. Those ponds are deep.
Oh.
Like, so I saw both dogs swim, and then
Momo doesn't like to swim.
Yeah, neither of them really seem to like to swim. They swim like, I'm dying. I don't know what I'm doing.
That's how I swim too. They
Yes,
swim just like
they
their
get
mom.
their swimming from their mom. and then we got home and Poppy was like, I am speed. And so I'll never forget our first trainer when we got our husky, who was like, you're never gonna tire your dog out. Like Dana like Dana just said, we're conditioning an athlete. So it's like after a week of hiking her about 4 miles a day, she's ready for 6 miles now. And so I was thinking our customers are like that too. Like, so when Jeannie first started doing the Kimberbell quilts, we did them as like video series in classes, and there'd be like 12 videos, and ladies would be like, oh my God, I can barely make it through the Kimberbell quilt. And now Jeannie sits down and is like, all right, shout hooray, let's go. And you guys are all like keeping up or like, or moving faster,
They're
or you're already
done.
done. And you're like, okay, I'm ready for that next quilt. And Jeannie's like, why did I take these puppies out for a walk and make them conditioned to be ready to do more Kimberbell? Because I heard yesterday that Jeannie was considering 2 sew-alongs.
I can't get it all done. I can't. I just like, it's impossible.
So they're like our puppies. They're like, you've hiked them 4 miles for a couple of weeks now, and now they're ready for 6 miles. Now they're ready for 2 Kimberbell quilts or pillows at the same time.
No, I think we're all there. We're all like, we can't get it all done. I'm trying to add a take so we can get it done.
You know, Heather, you're totally right. And she can totally sleep through the night. The challenge is we had her conditioned at like 9 or 9:15 right before we go up. We were going outside and she was pooping. And now she doesn't. She'll just go out and hang out.
And lay down.
And she's like, I can
She's
go out
like
and
just
poop.
laying there.
I'll just go out and poop at 3 a.m. when I feel like getting up. And so that's...
She like bangs. She's banging on the door so loud. Well, this is what it sounds like. Boom, 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 boom. But Violet says she's just going...
She just goes, doom,
She's
doom.
just hitting it with like, oh, is it just her paw? But our doors are like wood in the casing, so it just sounds super loud.
Terry, we just probably haven't had a chance to fulfill the order yet. So...
I'll do it. Yes, I'll do it today.
So...
Yesterday was super busy. I dealt with the puppies. We did this so long. And then we went, Violet had her dress rehearsal for We the People, which was spectacular. The best part was she dropped some knowledge when she was asked to defend a stance, and literally her defense of the stance was a reference to a law journal paper at Columbia, footnote 4. And we were like,
and like the whole crowd was like, footnote 4. It was so fun.
If you've never seen, like, I'd never been to anything like it. It's like a congressional hearing. It's
a mock trial. It's a mock jury.
And it's really, I think it's pretty. It's better than that. It's better than that scene from what's the Tom Cruise, Jack Nicholson, You Can't Handle the...
Men.
Yeah, it's better than that. That's how exciting it is.
It wasn't actually more exciting than that, but that's okay.
And Violet, you know what I love about Violet's team? They have an all-girl team. Not that I love the mixed gender teams. I don't think there's any all-boy teams. I think it's either mixed gender. And I love the dynamic between the three girls. It's just there's something really
Each one
special
has
about
like a very different
they all have different flavor.
Yeah, like there's one that normally starts to answer the question. Violet backs everything up with very detailed and very specific documentation and citations, and then the other one like gives these really, really, really thoughtful answers. So it's cool.
Oh yeah,
it's cool
like
to see.
Kelly, just like it's just so from the heart. Just the way she speaks, they're just such a powerhouse. So it'll be. I mean, who were their judges?
They had
was
like a Supreme Court judge,
a Nevada
and
Supreme
then
Court judge,
senior DA, and then a local attorney.
Yeah. So it's really exciting. You know what? Yeah.
It's all recorded on Zoom, and like We the People keeps all that stuff. Their teacher and their coach.
Yeah, if you have kids or grandkids that are thinking about it, I personally would have never have done it, and I would have hated it because it's a lot of reading, writing, and research, and I struggle to read and write and speak, as you know.
Well, so what was amazing was her teacher had given her 3 books, like as she was contemplating one of their questions, and then she cited each of those books.
Well,
in her defense.
What was
her
question? The second question. What was the question?
This is why Jeannie doesn't do We the People. Can you repeat the question, please? It was Ruth Gator. It was based upon a Ruth Bader Ginsburg quote.
If it's built into
about the
is innately
about.
Is equality
innately
built into the Constitution?
Being built into the Constitution.
See, I know.
And they were saying it was implied, but not innately part of the document.
Yeah, so they have to, take a stance and then defend it, and it's yeah, I know. You know what? I with Violet, I do go. Shoot, I feel like she's meant to.
We'll see. You never know how people grow, but but it's been cool to watch. So let's talk a little bit about this week. We are essentially shorthanded this week because Jeannie leaves on Thursday. So she is here through Wednesday, gone Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then she returns next Tuesday. So she won't be back in the store till Wednesday. She's basically gone a week.
Yay.
And
are you celebrating
so
that I'm gone?
I will be here, but a handful of folks have asked me some stuff over the last couple weeks, and I'm the guy that'll say no. Meaning like if you called and asked, like I'll very realistically be like, yeah, that's probably going to wait until the week after. So there are no sew-alongs next week. Jeannie's out.
Wait, Friday. Friday's the plan. So
well, but you're not here Friday. So this is Friday a week from now, the 28th?
Yeah. Not this Friday.
And so my proposal is that Jeannie does her sew-alongs on Fridays. And I think she could start those sew-alongs a little earlier. She doesn't need to wait until 10. She could do the sew-alongs, at 8 or 9 because, for our West Coast people, I don't think that's necessarily too early. And for our folks that aren't on the West Coast, obviously it's happening a little bit later for you. And that way Jeannie might be able to get her Mondays back. I would love for Jeannie to be able to actually enjoy.
Mondays.
Well, I want my Mondays back too, but I'll just take my Mondays regardless of whether or not Jeannie has them. So
oh man.
Yes, Marlene, I need to get you a new foot control. So I'll be in touch with you. But if you don't hear from me today or tomorrow, don't worry about it. I'm going to handle it. And then, so that in a perfect world would be essentially what we do. There are still some folks. So like most of you have had a message from me or something like that, but there are still some people that you got voicemails from me, but I haven't connected with. I'm, following up with those people. There are 3 or 4 phone calls that need to be made today. Service in the store. So right now the guys are working on end of March machines, beginning of April machines. It's been busy. Although it's funny because I'm looking at the workload of machines and it doesn't look like we're that far back, but I'm going to stick with a 2-week estimate. Vacuum machines also about a week. So, just that's the update on what's happening in the shop. It is going to be a very busy week, just because we're shorthanded and there's enough going on. I need to make sure, I think my first shipment, some of you are waiting for Triumphs. My first shipment of Triumphs is supposed to be here today, hoping the weather doesn't affect that. And the second shipment of Triumphs likely later this week. And there's some Triumphs and Acclaims and some other stuff that we're waiting on. So those are coming. A lot of people have reached out about, like Jeannie keeps referring to emails, people wanting to talk about Surgers. Not to say that there's not a rush, but better to talk to me sooner than later, simply because I have order minimums. Like I have to order $10,000 worth of machines every time I order machines. So if you're thinking about it and there's a lot of interest in new machines right now, it's easier for me to buy the machines now than it is for me to wait and buy them later when it's harder for me to make those $10,000 minimums. So, so if you are interested in a Surger, contemplating a Surger, call. Get Jeannie or me on the phone. It's especially really good to call when Jeannie's still around, because it's just going to be easier for Jeannie to answer kind of practical questions about Surgers. I think we loved the responses to last week's giveaway
Oh
question.
my God, they were so great. They were so great, and they were
so detailed. That's like the
Yes.
beautiful thing about it.
Yeah, the detail. And I can't, excuse me if I don't remember who wrote what.
Well, I don't.
But
you don't even need to
but
name
you
folks.
know,
People
you
can go
know,
back
somebody
and look.
wrote about this pink fabric that was donated, and they used it
And
to
that's
make
still
this
their color.
baby doll top. And just I think it brings back such specific memories of like the fabric, or Charlene wrote about how like she had to mow lawns to make the money to buy the fabric to make the clothes, and the fabric at the time was like $1 a yard. But remember, like, what a big deal that was. Too bad it's not $1 a yard anymore. Can you imagine how much fabric we would have? It is if you do the American Sewing Guild sale.
So there's Lori.
A lot of you learned how to sew in home ec. A lot of you.
I learned how to sew in home ec.
I really learned how to sew in home ec too, because I don't even know if like I sewed before then, but it was all like
I used to
self-taught.
ask my mom, like, because I would repair my stuff. Like that's still kind of the only sewing I do is repairing gear or pants. But like I was always repairing my bike stuff, because like the Lycra at the time, the materials weren't that great, and so like if you got like a little pull in something, it became a hole. And so I'd ask my mom, because their TV was on the sewing cabinet, and so I'd be like, Mom, I need to sew, and my mom would be like, what are you talking about? And so like I didn't know how to put the machine up out of the cabinet. Like hers was kind of complicated. You had to like open a drawer and do like other stuff. And then my dad, remember how heavy tube TVs were?
Yeah.
And that was like the biggest TV in the house. And so my dad and I would have to move the television off the sewing cabinet. And then my mom would set it up and I'd go in and sew all my...
You never told me that. This is the first time I've ever heard of you and the...
That's it, yeah.
Wow, you're full of mystery.
I was saying to Jeannie, because like so many people talked about just like, well, somebody was like, I woke up one morning and just decided I was going to sew.
She's like, I woke and decided I'm going to learn how to sew. That was the beginning. I thought that was so cute.
So
they were great. They were fun. It was, it just takes you back, right? It takes you back.
Liz commented on how she had no electricity. And I looked at Jeannie and I was like, there's something you never hear when you're talking to people from the East Coast.
Yeah, Liz.
Which is funny because like I've met 5 or 6 people since I've lived in Nevada.
Josh Roach had no electricity.
Really?
Yeah. His parents lived off the grid.
But that was by choice.
It was by choice.
That was very much by choice.
Oh, yeah.
But like I've met like a number of people that grew up in houses either without electricity or without like indoor plumbing.
That sounds horrible.
I think it sounds cool.
Okay, let me go through this really quickly. Da-da-da-da.
She's thinking she wants to be an attorney.
Okay. Alice. Spoonful of Sunshine is next month. So it's going to be on the 17th next month. How the events work, and this is how it works for any of the stores. 3 weeks before the event, they'll ask me for my final numbers. And then I give them my numbers and they send me the kits. So we usually have the kits 2 weeks before the event, and then we'll ship them out as soon as we get them. We stabilize for them, send them out, and then you'll have it. So that is Spoonful of Sugar is going to be in May.
Spoonful of Sunshine.
Should be Spoonful of Sugar, right? Okay, and then as far as today or tomorrow's the Dime event. So don't forget about that. Somebody asked about the time. It is 3 p.m. Central Time. So if you are West Coast, it's going to be 1 p.m., right? Yes. Just making sure.
If you're East Coast, it'll be 3 p.m.
No, Central. If it'll be 4 p.m. It'll be 4 p.m.
If you're
So I sent the
Mountain
information
time,
to
it'll be 2
Christine,
p.m.
and she will post a link. Because there's just a link, and I'll add it. So if you don't get your link, I'm gonna add it to also the A1, like where you went to sign up. So they should send it to you. If you don't get it though, we'll post a link. So maybe I'll just put it in the feed tomorrow morning, so you'll have it, so it won't get lost. We'll put it all over the place. I wanted to talk to you about Winnie the Pooh. If you had wanted Winnie the Pooh, I went to try and do that, and there's no, because it's a pre-release, pre-order, hasn't been released yet. So I started putting it up, and I was like, I went on for like pricing and stuff, and I couldn't even find it because they don't even have it on the site where we can purchase it. So as soon as that's available, we'll put it up there. I don't think somebody had asked if there'd be SVGs, and I don't think so because I think it's all embroidery, but possibly. There could possibly be SVGs. Wanting to purchase but don't see. If you see something that you want to purchase and it's not on the website, just email me. We were talking about, should we have a concierge service? A shopping concierge service, and then you just call in and whatever you want.
Yeah, let's add to our plate.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing, Jeannie.
Let's add to our plate.
That's kind of what we do already.
Jeannie's favorite form of procrastination is creating new work. And so when Jeannie, I think, referenced the other day this ADHD commercial where the guy was like, having ADHD sucks because I lose everything. And Jeannie's like, that's me.
That's me.
And then the
I
next
heard
thing
it in my ears.
And then,
I was like,
and then the next thing he says is like, I had to get this thing done before the deadline. So, and then he talks about how he went and did something completely different for like 3 hours. And I'm like, that's Jeannie.
It's a medical problem. It's a medical problem. I cannot help it. Something's wrong with me.
I don't know if we know the hoop field size requirements for the Thomas Kincaid tiling scene.
5x7. All their tiling scenes are 5x7. So you just need the itty bitty. And wouldn't it be great? Like, I think what they should do is they should make 5x7s, and then they should make it like bigger hoops so you could get it done in less hoopings. Don't you think?
Yeah, that'd be too challenging though.
Why?
because of the
No.
layering involved, probably.
Patrick doesn't know.
You don't think so?
No, the only thing I would worry about is the density of the stitches, and like when you're stitching something so dense. But if they're all like that, like what if they took the tiling scene that's like what are they usually 8x4, so 32 tiles? What are the other multiples? I guess it doesn't fit in there. Well, they could just change the measurements. And what if they did 4x3 and they just changed the measurements? I think that would be awesome.
I don't know. Answering Alice's question about the videos working on the baby lock, the last XP3 playbook videos did not play on the machine. So I don't know if it's pertinent because, once again, this is the most updated version of the playbook, and I don't know if those videos will play directly on the machine. They'll play on any computer, and so I don't think there would be a problem there. But I wouldn't tell you it should, in theory, work on the baby lock, but I don't know if that's really part of Brother's plan to have those videos work on the machine.
Patrick, I tried it. Are you talking about the XP3?
No, I've already answered that.
okay.
So I'm just saying that.
Yeah, but Michelle tried it in the Luminaire, the playbook.
But I just talked about this. This is what I was saying.
I'm so tired. I have ADHD. I'm so tired. Now I have multiple challenges. Wait, there were other things that I wanted to talk about. Da-da-da-da-dun. Da-da-da-da-dun.
Could you do that color grouping? Like if you put it in a big hoop, could you do like three tiles at a time and then just color
you know
sort?
what? This is the thing with that, because I thought, yeah, let's go ahead and just put multiple tiles in one hooping. What I didn't like with that is I did feel like I had pulling, and then, you know what I mean? So I personally like to do one, because you could, as long as your tiles aren't touching, you could color group, but I find it to be more secure to do one tile at a time.
Like
so I
less
like to
broken threads, stuff like that.
No, it has
like at
nothing
some
to do
point
with
we
broken
should
threads.
talk.
I just like one tile at a time.
At some point we should talk.
I'm gonna film it because I'm gonna start it. I found the perfect
Hey, will you
cream
Michelle,
color that I'm
ask-
gonna be using, and so
ask
I'm gonna
Dax
film
to
it. I'm
open?
gonna film like how I start it, how I do it on my multi-needle, and I've done this before. Anyways.
Will you secure her just in case somebody runs in? No need to have a flying 42-pound.
She literally, when she comes back inside, if I'm in bed, she runs, leaps on the end of the bed, is airborne.
It always sounds like Jeannie's playing football and is getting tackled.
I'm like,
no, it's like,
yeah. No, usually I see her coming and I put my hand up and I catch her right in the
I will call
right
you
here
today,
in the chest
Sully.
and throat, and I'm like, no, and I put her down to the side. But she, I go, Patrick, I think she's trying to kill us, and he goes, with what did you say, internal injury? And I was like,
internal bleeding.
I go, blunt force trauma. Because she's 40 pounds. And when that's flying up in the air, it's flying up like this at you. Anyhow.
All right, so we need to do the giveaway and we need to go.
Let's do the giveaway. Remember, today we are giving away.
He's outside with the compressor. Do you have your keys?
I'm just trying to think of. So for the multi-needle, you're going to use all the same thread, but your bobbin size will be different. You're going to be using L bobbins, which are a little bit shorter. If you have a PQ 1500, it's the same as those. Or if you have what else takes that? She's not going anywhere. Look at her. She's all crashed out because she's wandering around the room all night, ass banging on the door. So now she's so tired. Oh my God. Okay. We're giving away these mats.
That was prize number 2.
No, they go together. We're giving that whole thing away.
What?
Yes, because they go together. Why are we going to give this?
It's
Although
just
you
one
don't-
prize?
What's on the table that I can give away?
No, let's make it 2 prizes. It's so much more fun.
We are going to give away 2 prizes, but this goes together. This is
No,
your
right. So we'll give away these mats.
With
we'll give
this, Patrick, this goes with this. Do you see the little cutout there? It goes to this.
Right, but if they win this, then they gotta buy that.
I know. That was funny because Colleen said that she bought Candy Cane Lane. This is how she started with her embroidery experience. Bought Candy Cane Lane, the bench pillow from Kimberbell, and then she told her husband she needed the machine to go with it. Don't you love that? I love it.
All right. So are we just doing one giveaway? This is a big giveaway, Gene.
Let's give away. Oh my God, I love this. We're going to give away one of these. And remember, the Dime event is tomorrow. And
At what time?
you should sign up. You should sign up. There's a link on the site because you can watch it. Remember, we talked about this, 3 p.m. Central Time.
I didn't realize that was tomorrow.
If you can't make it live, I think you have 24 hours to watch it, and they give you a code to shop with afterwards.
We get credit for the sale, and it's a great opportunity to buy it at a discount.
Yeah, so if you don't win any of this and you want it, then buy it tomorrow. Don't buy it now, buy it tomorrow.
Of course you want it. You want it.
Get it.
You want it so bad.
You want it? Get it. Just get it. Life is too short. If you want it, get it.
So our question.
Wait, this is the second prize.
Well, so talk about it.
It's the Embroiderer's Compass. We carry this in the store. I love this because how many times do you go, I don't know what stabilizer to use? So you go, oh, I'm using, what's this say? Sheer Fabric Transparent. Oh, I've never embroidered with that before. What should I use? And then you just take it to your fabric that you want. It's going to give you the stabilizer that it recommends. It tells you what needle it recommends. And then it makes comments like, for open designs that allow opaque stabilizers to show through, hoop with transparent sew and heat.
Lynn, you are exactly right. This will make all your dreams come true. So also just to highlight, because people have been asking.
I love these, and these are like $20 or something,
So
or 25 bucks.
Keep this in mind. Put it on your calendar. You're taking Saturday off, and the cabinetry's happening the first week of May.
No,
Yes,
no.
I'm gonna do it then. You're gonna come home. I'm stuck at home with the dogs all weekend. Jeannie's gonna come home and be like, "Where is everything?" I'm gonna go, "It's all gone."
They're good. I'll just buy more. I'll just buy more. And then, I had Poppy in the sewing room, and like she came in, and I saw her. I didn't see what she had, but she took off running.
So
I was telling a story.
Well, so keep
Okay,
telling your
no,
story.
forget
But
it.
the giveaway this week, the question was, tell us about your first sewing machine, the story behind your first sewing machine, and your first product.
We're giving away the grand
project.
prize right now.
So
Suzette!
this is Suzette.
Congratulations, let's read it.
I'm gonna go back.
My first sewing project was a 3-armhole wrap-around dress. I made several, loved them, did it on my cousin's new machine that she had no interest in. I could use it when I was over my grandmother's to be babysat. My machine was a Sears Kenmore I bought after I started working, and I even bought the cabinet that they had. I still have that machine, and she runs beautifully. I have a big girl machine now, and it's a Janome, not the most expensive, but nice. Love sewing with push of a button. Oh, of course, most of my 3-arm dresses I would wear with a crocheted chain stitch necklace with a pin hanging from it. Our mother always gave us pins when we completed an outfit. How sweet is that? Oh, I love that. Congratulations, Miss Suzette. We will contact you.
You just won the
won
mats and the hooping station.
Yeah, and you don't have to use the wool mats with the hooping station. They're fantastic. So you can just use them individually too. Okay, the next person's going to win the Embroiderer's Compass, which everyone should have because we're not experts with all the stabilizer. Like, I've never knit with Lycra spandex, but this is going to tell me what to do with it. And Merry Creps.
But it doesn't answer the question.
Yeah, but we said it was whoever's name came up.
Okay, perfect.
Whoever's name came up. Merry Creps. What time is the dime event? Thanks again for asking, because it's going to be 3 p.m. Central Time.
I wasn't
3
trying to stiff you,
Central
Mary. I
Time.
just wasn't sure how it was working this week.
Yeah, because we usually do that. We usually give it to one person that answers, and then whoever answers the next one. And congratulations. We're going to get to work. Yes.
We have time to
Have a
right.
great day. Bye.
Never mind.
Let's do it
I
tomorrow.
have to ship these.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow, but I have to ship them because they won't fit in my
we want to show
carry-on.
you one more thing. Don't
Okay,
go.
I'm going to...
Michelle
You go.
walked in today, and she goes, I have a ScanNCut
What is
class. I safety pinned it because she was ripping out all the stuffing.
Yeah, but that's an awful idea.
Why?
Because what if she bites the safety pins?
She was ripping out all the stuffing, and it was all over the place.
Yeah, this is...
Okay, sew it.
your
You're the
worst
repairman.
idea ever.
Sew it. Okay, Michelle walked in and goes, I have the best ScanNCut project ever. And when she showed it to me, I was like, you have the best ScanNCut project ever.
Okay. So, if you have told me or I have heard you say, I will never cut vinyl with my ScanNCut. I'm not a crafter. I am only going to cut fabric. If that's you, come here. Gather around. Because I'm going to show you a ScanNCut project that actually requires no sewing. Yep, no sewing. None at all. Look how stinking cute this is. Oops.
Is this adorable?
Look
how
at this
cute.
one.
They're
right.
so cute.
Completely done on your ScanNCut. No stitching.
Same size.
No sewing.
But
same
could
size.
you blow it up?
There's two sizes in the pattern.
Oh
There's
my
big and
God,
little.
they're so adorable. And remember,
So-
Michelle does bows.
I do both, but look at also you can use printed vinyl as well. The inside is completely finished because that's how I do them. The inside of the vinyl is coated with heat transfer vinyl. So no matter what kind of vinyl it is,
So 2 layers, but when you look at it, it looks like it's one piece.
yeah, it is one piece.
I
You cut
love
it.
that.
This
But
one's
it
got the
doesn't look
flock.
like it's 2 different vinyls. It looks like
Yeah.
it just came that way.
Because you fuse the vinyl, the heat transfer vinyl on it first, and then you cut it.
Aren't these adorable? So what if you're I used to make a lot of party favors for my kids. What if your granddaughter's having a birthday party and you want to make a cute little party favor for them? And how long does it take to do this?
So putting the rivets on takes the longest amount of time, but other than that, everything else, it takes about 2 seconds to cut it on the ScanNCut.
What
I
if
put
you were-
all 3 pieces of vinyl on at the same time. The auto blade senses the depth because my bow vinyl is really thin, whereas that vinyl is thick and plus it has heat transfer on it, as does this one. So my bow vinyl is a much thinner vinyl.
Think about how these would just fly off the shelf at a
Yeah.
craft fair.
Oh yeah, that's
What
what
if
I'm
you
thinking.
did them graduation presents and you could put like a little $20 bill in there and give them away
So
to like the
definitely a gift.
grandkids?
Definitely a gift card holder. And then of course for me, I used it. This was a craft born out of necessity because I needed little favors for the cruise. You know, things, little gifts. And Jen beat me to patches. So I'm like, okay, I don't have a lot of time. It doesn't take a lot of
So
time.
cute. You could take this and just clip it onto your bag. You could put. I looked and I was like, oh, I could put like puppy
So,
poopy bags in here.
A Suli, I think. This is not a vinyl blade kit. This was done with the auto blade. This was not a vinyl blade. This is too thick for the vinyl blade. So this is auto blade. And okay, listen
And
up.
that's why you want to take the class.
I used my auto blade and my fabric mat. I use my auto blade and my fabric mat because once you stick the vinyl down, it doesn't move. So
Asuli wants to learn how to do this. This is going to be a
that's
class.
actually part of the class. It is not up yet. Please don't go to the website and call the store and say you can't find it. I'm just seeing how much interest there would be
Oh, I mean,
to have. Well,
they're so cute.
you all told me you don't do vinyl. You only wanted to learn how to do fabric. So we did fabric. But, maybe you do want to learn how to do vinyl. It's got a snap.
I just love this.
It's
with
got
the red on the inside.
A little screw-in tab here, piece of hardware that you could put a tassel on that. I just did a key ring on it. And then it's closed with rivets. So this one's got crystal rivets on it, but there's...
So you said there's 2 sizes. So is this the size
This is
small?
the small.
And there's a larger size?
The larger size is just a little bit bigger than this. Actually, the larger size is probably... This one is probably... What would you say? Is that 2 inches wide? The larger one's probably 3.5 inches wide, and then taller.
It is so cute. And you could do them for the holidays. So if you were doing like Christmas, you could do them for Christmas, Halloween. How cute would these be in like Halloween
So
fabric?
keep in mind with this project, one size does not fit all. So although the fabric I'm using for my little bag is actual bag making weight fabric or bag making vinyl, this is not. So this would not be possible to do all with the same weight of vinyl. That's what makes it.
And I think Michelle's probably going to kit it.
Yes. I have lots of scraps left over. I have lots of fun stuff left over. It's a great way to use up scraps, but I am going to kit it with a coordinating, with the heat transfer vinyl that coordinates with the outside vinyl and the lighter weight vinyl for the bow pieces, possibly with the screw-in hardware. Haven't decided yet.
And then you could pick something that's
Lipstick
like,
holder or chapsticks. That.
look how
great.
cute these are.
So,
Are those adorable?
Is it good for beginners? If
What is this? Is this show and tell? Okay, so Dana just got here. Oh, somebody asked about this. Somebody wanted to they wanted to cut balsa on
Balsa.
balsa. How do you say it?
Balsa wood.
balsa wood.
Balsa wood on the ScanNCut, and here is a sample of it. This is also ScanNCut. Do you mind handing me that up there? The green, the green. Yes. Let's see it all. Okay, Dana. Ooh, sorry. So this is all ScanNCut. This is balsa.
Balsa wood.
Remember, I can't pronounce anything. So, and this is what it came out of. Like, think that's amazing.
Yes.
She also, oh my goodness. All right, we're just gotta get.
So here's the deal, ladies.
How cute is this? What if you were gonna be doing a shower or hosting an event, and you could fill this with little chocolates, or this could be their little favor. This was ScanNCut. This is all stuff you can do on the ScanNCut. Dana, what about this thing?
Oh, that's a Kimberbell. That's a Kimberbell.
Is this the Bella box?
The new Bella box.
So this is from the new Bella box. And you know what? Dana's one of those people that takes it up a notch.
She's a doer.
Yeah, she's a
She
doer.
is not afraid to push a button.
But she's also presentation. So, mine would be like, this. But then Dana adds, oh my God, look at the little tag, the little dried flowers. Oh my God, so cute.
So keep in mind, for any of these more advanced ScanNCut class, you must have taken the Get to Know Your ScanNCut class. So when you say, is this a beginner class? It's not hard, but we're not teaching you how to use your ScanNCut when we do a class like this.
Do
So
we have another Get to Know Your ScanNCut
it's coming
class
up. Yes, I think there's one coming up. And Charlene, I don't know what you're talking about May 5th. I haven't put a date on for this class. So I don't know. You might be just late to the party to respond, but...
She's just saying she's out of town until May 5th.
So, Cindy, the ScanNCut, the 330 goes with your Luminaire because they have my connection. The ScanNCut works with any machine. You just don't have wireless transmission if you have other than a Luminaire or a Stellaire.
This class won't happen until May. Because we always like to have
this one, yeah, it probably won't be towards the end of May because I'm gone. So I brought it in early, not to make you crazy, but because it won't fit in my carry-on bag, and I'm traveling carry-on, so I have to ship it to the hotel ahead of time. That's why I brought them in today.
Yes. So, so cute, and just a little taste of what else you can do with your ScanNCut.
Shelly, the ScanNCut is not specific to any one machine. It's a cutting machine. If you want wireless transmission, it pairs with a brother product.
All right. I think that's a
And you don't need an embroidery machine for this. This is no embroidery machine. It's just ScanNCut.
It was just cut and
Just
then
cut
just riveted,
and
put
assembled.
together. Yeah.
And look at that broke.
I know. I saw that. So, have a